Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I am Dr. Sudhakar, a general pediatrician. With the COVID-19 pandemic spreading all over the world, over the past 6 months, most of you would have heard a lot of new medical terminologies, and one among them is PCR testing for detection of COVID-19. In this video, we will be seeing all the basic information regarding the COVID-19 testing and the processes involved. Before going to the video, if you have not subscribed to the video, please subscribe. Let's get into the video. So most of you would be knowing that the virus spreads through nasal and oral route. So once a person gets infected, the virus particle lodges in the nasopharynx, nose, oral cavity and starts to multiply over there. If this goes uncontrolled, then it can enter the lung and can cause respiratory problem. But most of the individuals will develop just flu-like illness due to multiplication of the virus in the upper respiratory tract. And if the multiplication is arrested at an earlier stage by the body's immune system, then they will be asymptomatic. So when a person is to be tested, they will be using a nasopharyngeal swab, which is made up of a thin plastic material and its tip contains adsorbing substance. This adsorbing material will help to collect the virus particles during testing. So the swab is inserted into the nose, into the nasopharynx, and then rotated slightly so that the virus particles get adsorbed into the swab. Similar swab will be obtained from the throat. So the particles attached to the swab will be transferred to the transport media and it will be sent to the lab. This transport media is a special medium which will make sure that the virus particles don't die after it is removed from the human body. So in the lab, they will be using special chemicals to remove the outer layer of the virus so that the inner genetic material will be available. This is called RNA. A similar genetic material is present in a human body, which is called DNA. So the next step is to multiply these RNA materials by a process called polymerase chain reaction, short form PCR, hence the name of the test. After this multiplication process, the sample will contain several millions and billions of RNA material, and this RNA material will be detected by the PCR machine. It is very important to multiply, that is amplify these RNA materials, because if the amount of virus in the sample is very low, then the machine cannot detect the very low amount of RNAs present in the material. So this amplification process helps to increase the detection rate. The whole process will take from about 6 hours to 24 hours or even longer, and the results will be given as positive or negative. So the test carries several advantages. It can detect the virus particles even in asymptomatic patients. Even if the virus particles in the sample are very low, the amplification process helps to detect it easily. And the test is a non-invasive method and it does not involve blood sampling. But the test has few disadvantages too. First is you cannot get the report immediately. Second, the sensitivity of the test is only around 60 to 65%, which means if you test 100 persons with COVID-19, only 60 to 65% will be getting positive report and rest of them will be labeled as negative. Third, it will not let you know whether you have immunity against the virus or not. It will just say whether you have virus or not. Another potential disadvantage is, even if you have dead virus particles with just the genetic material, this test will give a positive report. But even with all these disadvantages, this test is the most common test which is being used during this pandemic, because we don't have any other superior testing method than this. There is another method to diagnose the infection, which is by measuring the immunity against the virus, which is called antibody testing. Basically in this test, they will be taking a blood sample and they will be finding out whether you are having immunity against, that is antibody against the virus. And if you have it, then it means that you are already infected. The main advantage of this test is the reports will be available immediately. Within 1 hour you can get the report. But the main disadvantage is this test will show positive result even when your body has eliminated all the virus and you have become non-infective. So this test may not be useful to prevent community spread of the infection. It can just tell you whether you were infected in the past or not. Also, when you are infected, initially this test will be negative. So during this time, the virus will be replicating in the body, but the immunity would have not developed. So the test will be negative, but you will still be infective and you can spread the infection to others. I hope this video was useful and interesting to you. If you want similar contents, please subscribe to the channel. If you find this video useful, share to your friends. If you have any doubt regarding the testing, you can ask in comments. I will reply immediately. I will meet you in next video. Until then, bye.